the biggest shocking news of the year wasn't about some basketball player. It was Mark Cuban selling his basketball team, the Mavericks. This guy was the last owner you'd think would ever sell. People say, oh, well, he bought the team for $285 million and sold it for billions. Anyone would do that. Yeah, right. The Mavericks weren't just money to him. They were like his favorite toy. Remember when someone asked him this? I'm pretty sure you're turning down $1.4 billion. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm turning down anything, but yeah, you're turning down anything. Yeah. Like, would you turn down $3 billion? Yeah, I'd turn down $3 billion. What do I need $3 billion for? So what changed? Well, part of the answer is that Cuban kept a small piece of the team and still gets to make basketball choices. But let's be honest, as soon as the Mavericks start losing games, the guy who paid $3 billion is going to be like, hey, Mark, I know this is hard, but I'm done with this. So if you're like me, you know there's got to be more to this story. Well, it turns out there's Cuban's official reason for selling, and then there's what he doesn't want us to know. So let's reveal the 3 secret reasons Cuban sold his favorite thing. Well, he sold 70% of the team for $3.5 billion, which means he made about $2.45 billion. The new owners are actually 2 families, the Adelsons and together they run a huge company called Las Vegas Sands Corporation. Cuban said money-wise, the Mavericks are in a much better spot to be able to win games, which is true. The new owners have about $33 billion. So the team goes from being the 11th richest team to number 2, right behind the Clippers. But with the new basketball rules, how rich your owner is doesn't even matter that much anymore. The real reason will make Mark Cuban way more money than what he got from selling the team. The new owners want to make gambling legal in Texas. Miriam Adelson gave $3 million to Texas. Politicians, because it's a huge market, Texas is the 2nd richest state in America behind California. If Texas was its own country, it would be the 9th richest nation in the world. But owning the Dallas Mavericks was a big part of her plan. First, make gambling legal in Texas, then build a new Mavericks arena inside a resort and casino place. And because Cuban still owns 27% of the team, he will make tons of money when gambling becomes legal. The Mavericks' current arena contract ends in 2031. So they have about 6 years to make their multi-billion-dollar plan work. Now, I don't actually think that's a sneaky reason because Cuban admits it, and millions of Texans already drive to other states to gamble anyway. But the other reasons he sold the team are shocking. First is money trouble. But why would Mark Cuban have money problems? Because he went crazy buying fake internet money during the pandemic. First, he put money into a fake coin called Titan that promised over 200% profits. And Mark advertised it on his personal blog. So tons of new people put their money in. Titan jumped from $29 per coin to $65, but 3 days later it went to 0. But don't worry, Cuban got out just in time. I got hit like everyone else. The crazy part is I got out, thought they were increasing their value enough, then bam. What a coincidence! 2-3 days after saying they were awesome, Cuban got out. Weird. Now, he later said sorry and said, oh, sorry, I was too lazy to do research. Now, he's not going to pay anyone back, but he might have to for this next scandal. Cuban promoted a fake money lending company called Voyager. He claimed it was as risk-free as you're going to get, which is a huge warning sign, especially with fake internet money. But listen to how nervously Cuban reads this sketchy Mavericks ad. Fans who download the app create an account using the code MAVS10. Put in $100 and make a trade. We'll get $100 in fake money. You'll never guess what happened next. Months later, Voyager went out of business because they were lending money to shady people. But Cuban knew they were shady. Voyager was being sued for lying about having no fees, and Mark knew about it. And not only did he not tell his fans this while promoting them, he said it was almost risk-free. Now, Cuban is being sued for $5 billion, but if you think that's sneaky, it's nothing compared to his fake digital art project. Cuban bought the Instagram name at NFT during the craze. The page showed certain fake digital art projects, and because Cuban's name was there, it seemed trustworthy. What they didn't tell people was it was pay to play. All the posts were ads. But they never said that. A YouTuber named Coffeezilla messaged them about a fake project. All they asked him for was $20,000 for 5 posts minimum, so $100,000 total. No questions about the actual project. So a guy named Top Shot Fund on Twitter investigated and found 70% of the @NFT projects lost value and 10% were straight up scams. So the only people who made money here were Mark Cuban and the sketchy fake art creators in most cases. Now Mark says he wasn't involved in running it, but this was a pattern for him around that time. But the third reason he sold is bad for the entire NBA. In the last 80 months, 4 NBA teams have been sold, which is weird. It makes you wonder, what do these billionaires know that we don't? All of them made big profits because team prices have gone way up. It all started with the $24 billion NBA TV deal with ESPN and TNT in 2014. Money per team exploded from $966 million to $2.6 billion a year. So the average team value also went up to $2.3 billion in 2015, $3 billion in 2021, $3.4 billion in 2023. But Cuban might think the NBA bubble is about to pop. The new TV deal is coming up, but TV ratings are way down. Now, I can give like 100 examples of this, but let's keep it simple. This is the average rating for a regular season game starting in 1990. It peaked with Michael Jordan when the last TV deal was signed. Still pretty good. Then it immediately went down the drain. In fact, this year was an all-time low. The best NBA on ABC game ever was 5.42 million people in 2012. The worst was during the pandemic, 2.77 million people. Well, this year there was an ABC game that only 1.6 million people watched, a new low. ABC has shows that get more viewers than that, and many of them get canceled. So why would this next NBA TV deal be a good thing for the league? Cuban even admitted this days before he sold the team. People forget, like when you guys were kids, the salary cap was like flat. Yeah, right? It was just like 40 million to 50 million from 2000 when I bought the team. And there were years where it was down. And then in 2010, remember, New Orleans, no one would buy it. The league had to take it over. And so I'm not saying it's going to be like that, but the point is it's not automatic that everything always gets better. Yeah, just look at the top 100 TV shows of 2023. Let's see how many of them are basketball, ... Oh, none of them. Cuban knows. That's not good. Now, I do think this next TV deal might be okay because Adam Silver just got a big contract extension from the owners. But this golden time of NBA money is about to end. So a ton of billionaire owners are getting out now. Diehard fans like us don't really care about TV ratings that much. We just want to know who's the next superstar to get traded. Well, Trae Young might actually be the next guy because he is openly flirting with Victor Wembanyama.